Hey family, how's it going? This is Gerald with houseflippingguide.com, and I want to do just a quick video real fast and talk about owners that have a motivating situation but are not motivated to sell. Owners that have a motivating situation but are not motivated to sell. So let me give you an example. Property in Texas is roughly 3 months behind, almost 3 months behind in foreclosure. This particular property is maxed out. In other words, for example, property is, let's say, somewhere worth in a ballpark of 300, and the loan amount is pretty much that amount. So the property's maxed out. You would think that the owner would be motivated to go ahead and sell. The owner is motivated to sell, but at the maxed out price. However, if that owner were to go ahead and give the property to a licensed real estate agent, there is no equity where the agent would be able to go ahead and make a commission. If they wanted to go ahead and move to an investor, a traditional investor, oftentimes is not going to know what to do with that particular situation. This particular property, looking and seeing what this area would go ahead and either rent for or bring in terms of monthly payment, would be a perfect subject to deal. However, you would have to go ahead and see what the property, how much in back payments that property has. You would have to see if that property has any other loans or anything like that. But it would be a situation where that would make that particular property perfect for a subject to deal. However, the seller is not motivated to go ahead and sell that property on payments. Once again, that seller or that owner is not motivated to go ahead and sell a property on payments. When you talk to sellers, and you all are going to run across them, whether they have no equity or they have a ton of equity, there are just some sellers out there, even though you explain the particulars and the situation to them and the benefits of avoiding something like foreclosure or whatever the case may be, there are some sellers that focus so much on the problem that there is no solution. And the solution for you, honestly, is to go ahead and do what you can, attempt to point them in the right direction, give them a solution, and if they don't take that solution, you have to move on. There are some owners out there, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be delinquent property taxes, it can be foreclosure, it can be code violations, it can be sickness, it can be death in the family, whatever the situation may be. There are sellers across the board that have properties that have situations that are motivating, but they are just not motivated. They're not motivated to be creative. They're not motivated to do anything with their property except to accept their fate. And with this particular situation, it's unfortunate because I have been through foreclosure before. Okay, so it's unfortunate that this individual is making the choice or choosing to go through foreclosure in that way, because it doesn't have to be that way. You all, many of you, are going to come across situations where you can make a ton of money. And even this property being maxed out and actually being upside down, once you go ahead, you calculate the fees, once you go ahead and calculate how much it is behind on payments, there really is no equity. But there is equity. Okay, there's equity because you can go ahead and do a subject to deal / lease option on this particular property. It just so happens to be that this is a property that's in a potentially just a nice area that will eventually appreciate over time. And so one of the things I want to let you all know is, many of you that are wholesalers, understand this. You're going to come across properties in nice areas with no equity. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. Don't pass those deals up. Instead, go over to the House Flipping Family Facebook group. Post those deals. Let us know. Let us help you to evaluate those deals. Okay? Especially if you have a seller or an owner that is motivated. But guys, there are situations out there where you have sellers, you have owners that have motivating situations and are just not motivated. It's not going to make sense. Your best bet is you could continue to keep in contact with them should you choose. Your best bet over time, move on. If their situation changes, they have your information, you're good to go. But there are just some people, even though you extend help to them and try to create a situation that's like a win-win and help them to avoid foreclosure or whatnot, what can you do? Not everyone is open to hearing what you have to say. And that's just a situation where, you don't beat yourself up over it. Go to the next one. Okay? So understand this. Sellers that have motivating situations but are not motivated, those sellers or those owners exist every day in any market throughout the United States of America and probably for the world for that matter, guys. Okay? This is Gerald. If y'all found value in the video, please click the like button, share with family and friends. Also, think about joining the House Flipping Family Facebook group, guys. You all take care. Have a good evening. Bye.